Ah, oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Yo, hello, lads and ladies. It's me, Alex, back with another video, and this one is going to be a bit of a prediction, bit of a guess, because the company that are no longer doing roadmaps. So I'm going to try and make a roadmap for the rest of the year. This is my prediction on the screen. This is sort of a high level. We'll go in depth of like what each event actually is, but this is basically all you need to know. In September, we have the Legion Remaster, boss nerfs, Carcian changes, and then the Spiegelette Golden Chariot, which will carry on. There's probably going to be another event in there as well, like the Legion Punch event, or maybe a Punch King, or maybe Choo Choo Slushy, which we haven't had yet for like a year. October is going to be the Lotus Remaster and Night Troop Ludibrium, along with Speed and Golden Chariot the whole time as well. In November, this will be like halfway through November, we'll be getting the Milestone event, which will come with the Aaron Shade remaster with a hyper and then another hyper burn on top, so 2 hypers at the same time, an absolute ton of quality of life, and then the like story commander backstory event with a bunch of like cool Punch King rewards and a bunch of cool stuff in event shop, and then December will be Limbo with more quality of life, all the Eternals, all that stuff, and more. Right, so that's a high level. We're going to go in a bit of detail into each month now. We're going to start off with September. September, for my prediction, the first one is going to be the Legion revamp. Now, if you don't know how this works, your raid power, as it is currently, is not affected by your combat power. This will be changed, so most players' raid power will increase by a large margin based on the combat power of all your characters. And in turn with that, the Legion shop is changing from 10 like coupons per week to 20, as you can see on this little graph. All of the Legion Might, Legion Luck, Legion Wealth, and the other one, EXP, go to 20, and you can then get 40 Black Flames per week instead of 20. The Legion Daily, so the Kill the Dragon thing that most people skip, becomes a weekly quest, and when you get to 10k Legion, you get a quest to obtain like a special chair and a permanent version of the mount that you get if you are in top 100 Legion ranking every week, which is very cool. There's also some other bits and bobs in this event, like a bunch of boss changes. This is the patch where the long-awaited Kalos nerf is going to happen, and I've listed a few of them here. So Tinus Cleave, what is this song, bro? Florina Beach. This is too old school MapleStory for me, bro. But yeah, Tinus, which is the boss from High Mountain, his cleave hitbox, the big like slash across the screen, is a bit jank, so that gets changed. Slime's Giga Insta-Kill Laser gets about a 44% delay on the cast animation. Lucid Dragon leaves a green mist on the screen, so you literally cannot miss it. It's like there for like 8 seconds, so you know when it's going to hit you. Gloom's Tentacle Stab into the floor has its telegraph changed to match the hitbox, because the hitbox is much bigger than the current telegraph, so they're changing that. Vihila gets an FMA timer. Black Mage Phase 3 Lasers, their hitbox gets changed to match the telegraph. Kalos has an FMA timer, like 5 seconds before he's going to FMA. You'll get a big message on the screen saying, like, I'm gonna kill you, like... The way that FMA works as well also get changed. I don't believe it. You know how currently it does a silence proc and then a kill you proc? They remove the silence proc and it's now just a kill you proc, which will just, you know, insta kill you. But yeah, that's the thing. The structure now has a timer on your like cleanse UI. There's like a timer at the bottom so you can see when the next structure is coming up, which is really, really nice. And then Dive gets a new animation as well, which is, or I think NA parties call it Gate. I've seen some people call it Gate, but we call it Dive in my party. But it gets like a big purple flash just so you absolutely know that it's Dive, even though it's really easy to differentiate anyway. And then Calling, all of Tao Wu's effects, which is Tiger, all of his effects, so like the floor puddles in every phase, his lightning, all of those get a much clearer graphical display so you can see what's going on. And his FMA attack in Tao Wu Phase 1, which is every minute, has an animation delay on it now as well. So it's not like staff up, bang, insta-kill. It's now staff up, bang, and then it'll kill you. So it's like a lot more easy to see. Also... there is a Carcian map revamp. Now, there is a couple Carcian map revamps in the upcoming patches, but I think they'll just move all of them into one for us. And the maps that get changed are Coral 123, EF1, Cave 1234, and Ruins 124. And a lot of these get changed into a much more condensed layout. Some of them basically get changed into like carbon copies of TT3, which is very nice and very interesting. And then along with that, we have the Golden Fairy Bros. What is this? This is Cake Map, 4th anniversary. What is this, bro? Just put me in Night Market, man. But yeah, there's also a Golden Fairy Bros or Spiegleta's Golden Chariot. And this is the one that, if you've been on, like, in-stream before, we've been talking about. This is the one that costs up to 200k NX if you buy all 4 tracks. You'll see on the graphical UI on the right side, it's split into 2. If we get this, I recommend only buying the purple one. If you are a active daily player. The blue one is a waste of your time. It's for, like, people with, like, 100 Legion and want to spend money on a game they don't know if they like or not. But the purple one has Transcendent Growth Potions. It has the Golden Tomato Extreme, which is the like 40 to 70 EXP one, whatever it is. 10,000 EXP tickets, a bunch of symbols, 30 VIP boosters, and some free X. So the purple one is worth your money. You're like, you know, subjectively, worth is very subjective. But the purple one I would say get. The blue one I would say skip. And it's this battle pass is split into 2. So if you only buy the purple one, that's 100k NX based on Korean pricing. Our pricing might be different, who knows. But yeah, that's September. After September, we have October. Now, if you remember, that's the Lotus and the Night Troop. So Night Troop is a event that we've been getting every year, basically since 2020. And this one's no different. The one that we will get this year, assuming we get it, will be based on Ludibrium. And it's a lot of toys, and it's like Eos Tower, Helios Tower. There is a Papulatus Punch King, which will give you a bunch of EXP and event coins and things like that. And then, as always, with Night Troop, there is a giga crazy insane EXP grinding skill, which has 2 versions similar to Nautilus Night Troop. Last year it was like gambling, and you got like a different percentile based on which one you used. This year it functions slightly differently. One of them is like a bulk EXP, and the other is like a stacking EXP. I'm not really sure how it works, but we'll get that in the translations. I couldn't really find any, and Google Translate just doesn't help because Google Translate's really bad. So if anyone has a good link to the Night Troop Ludibrium translations, please hit me up. There's also the event planner, which has all of the boss damage, crit damage, all that stuff. And this, I'm assuming, will come in tandem with Lotus Remaster. Now, Lotus Remaster could be in September or October. It's one of the 2. The reason I put it in October is because in Korea, this is around the time when Korea have their anniversary patch. And we usually get Night Troop as a replacement for anniversary. That's like in our patch cycle. And they had Sue, or Lotus, at the same time as their Annie. So this is why I've put this here, just in case. But this is when all modes of Lotus get changed to a new Lotus boss fight, with Extreme Lotus dropping a new permanent heart to replace Black Heart and to replace like Fairy Heart and that stuff, and then 10 set pitched as possible as well. In Korea, they had a first clear event where if you are within the first 100 people to solo the boss on your like world, and if you are within the first like clear it for the first 4 weeks, every week you get like extra rewards. Really cool stuff. I really hope we get that. They basically copied Lost Ark with like the Famine the First, Echidna the First events, and they do this for Limbo as well, and I'm very keen for them copying a lot of this stuff. I think it's really good. We then have like a Toward Black Haven like slight story remaster, and there's other bits of various quality of life in here as well. And then maybe we get the Nexon 30th anniversary event in this like block, because every other server has had like a Nexon 30th anniversary thing apart from us, basically. So this would be a good time to put it. Also, we'll probably get like Halloween stuff around this time as well. So yeah, that's October. And then we go into November. Now, November is the start of MapleStory. And as you can see on the screen, MapleStory has a lot of stuff. So we're going to go through each one. MapleStory starts off with the Aaron and the Shade remaster. Now, this is when both classes get completely changed. A lot of their core mechanics get completely changed. All of their story is also then completely changed as well. And they're really cool visual remasters. The damage, we don't talk about that, but But I think that look really cool. If you don't have a shade at 250, I would very, very, very wholeheartedly suggest hyperburning a shade in this event, because we get a Aaron and a shade hyperburn, and then we get a second hyperburn of any character of your choice. So say you want to hyperburn a shade to get the crit damage, you can then hyperburn a Hayato at the same time, have both hypers for the crit damage legions done, and then gain 3 damage, get 2 hypers, get 2 260s within the space of like 2 months. Really, really good. And we now have a new function called item burning on these burns as well, which will give you free gear up to 18 star by soloing certain bosses and killing certain like objectives and getting to certain levels and doing certain things. Really, really good system. The item burning gear is temporary, but it is designed to help you progress and get to a certain point. They are then remastering the pre-200 experience. They're adding in like a main story, so to speak, which will speed you to 200, because they know that 0 to 200 is kind of dead content. You could say the same about 0 to 259, in my opinion. The game is like a lot more alive at 260, but that's nor here nor there. They then add a Jenny Quest UI. I'm gonna sneeze, hang on. Oh, it's in my nose, I can feel it. Oh, I'm alright. They add a UI for all of the Genesis quests. Instead of just having to go to the pavilion every time to check what you're doing, it's like a button you can open and be like, okay, I'm on quest like 6. I need to kill X boss, I need to do this, and it'll just tell you what you need to do, which is really nice. We then have an in-game quick character change, so instead of doing world select, log out, log back in, pick a new character, you just open a UI, you click on the character you want to relog, and then it just relogs you. It's so good. They basically copied it from Lost Ark, and it's fantastic. I think it's a really good idea. They have an in-game scheduler, so a lot of us tryhards all use like out-of-game like GitHubs or like spreadsheets or all these things to track our like what we do every day and objectives we want to do every week. That is now inside the game, which is really cool. Hopefully it's good enough to replace those out-of-game alternatives, but we'll see. The V-Matrix obtains more slots. It gets organized even more. There's like a bunch of buttons you can press with a V-Matrix. Very good change. There's a lot of story changes as well. There's a ton of stuff. And then alongside that, there is then the milestone like main capping event thing, like commander like event with like Will, Lucid, Orchid, Lotus, Von Leon, like Hilla. There's a bunch of stuff. Really cool story lore backs event for people that are interested, and all the Punch King things that come with that as well for like event currency, EXP, coins, items. Really, really good event. There's more stuff, bro. Like Milestone just keeps going. There is usually the way it works for us. All of the quality of life from other patches gets moved to our patch 1. So if that happens, we'll get the buff display control where you can select all the different buffs on different lines, the boss crystal organization, so blue, purple, and gold, boss cutscene skip, and then a ton of bug fixes as well. And that's November. So yeah, there's a ton of stuff in Milestone. Milestone is an absolutely massive event, and Milestone just keeps going. Now keep in mind, if all of the quality of life stuff isn't moved forward to patch 1, it will be here in patch 2, and then later patch 3 in January, which would have like other bits and bobs about like Talahar, which is the 290 area, and then Talahar would probably be in February, if I had to guess. But yeah, Milestone continued. All the previous stuff, plus more event things, which unlock gradually as the event goes, like Gold Richie, like safe events, things like that just like procedurally go across events. Also in December, we'll be getting the Limbo, which is the new boss in Carcian, so it's a 285 boss. It drops the rest of the Eternal set, so the shoe, the cape, and the glove, along with a new set ring in the hard mode, which the hard mode is very, very hard. And in tandem with that, it also changes how exceptional enhancements get changed for pitched items. Currently, if you get an EE from like Extreme Black Mage, or if you get one from Extreme Seren, it drops as an item and you can put that on Berserked or Dreamy Belt. In the future, they will drop as anvils that you can either use on a pitch item, or you can use on the new bossing set that is going to replace pitch. And you can use it up to 3 times on those items. Very, very cool. There's also a Limbo clear event similar to the Lotus event, which will give you cool cosmetics, cool items, and little things for like being part of the like first people to clear Limbo, which is really, really cool. And again, if the quality of life stuff isn't moved forward, it will be here, and then more event stuff. And then we'll probably get like a Christmas event as well, usually, where they do like, oh, do this with a Christmas tree and get free stuff. And yeah, it's really cool, very nice, very cute, whatever. And yeah, that's probably what I predict for the rest of the year. Again, this is just my little roadmap. If you think I've missed anything crazy, or you think there is something that should go somewhere, hop down in the comments and drop a big note, because I'm really interested to see what people think is going to happen when. Because we just don't know now that Nexon are like, yeah, we're not doing roadmaps anymore. There could be some crazy GMS exclusive event inside all of this. Like, say we never get Night Troop and we get some new crazy exclusive, like, GMS event. We literally don't know. Like, the world is their oyster. We've got some semblance of a development team now that they've been recruiting for on LinkedIn for months. So they probably have quite a few employees now. There's still a few job listings up there, I believe. They've then got a bunch of new team members as well. So it'll be really interesting to see what's upcoming. And yeah. Again, if you think there's something I've missed, or if there thinks you predict something, drop it in the comments. I'll have a read and we'll see what's crazy cool. But yeah, thanks for listening, and have a good evening. Bye-bye.